Model Man Tom, and I have got a round 2 model review for you. Alright, so let's see what we get in the box here. This is a standard edition of the regular AMT Enterprise kit. A couple years ago, round 2 made a couple modifications, including getting rid of the grid lines that used to be on top of the saucer, so it's nice and smooth now. So there is no change to these parts, and we'll take a look at those in a second. However, what we do get, it looks like 2 Tholian Spinner ships. Next up, there's looks like just a decal placement sheet. A little bit of promotional literature from round 2. Standard edition directions with a new header on there for the Tholian Web edition. And this looks like the regular decal sheet that comes with the model kit nowadays. And a little cardboard backdrop to place the model in front of. So let's take a look at everything we got here. I'll lay out some parts and pull out the decal sheet and so on. So a real quick look at the direction sheets. This is the same sheet that comes with every other Enterprise kit pretty much, except for a little sub window here showing how 3 parts of the Tholian Spinner go together. It looked like there were 6 parts for that. Nothing new there. If you've built this kit, you don't even need the directions. Over here, the decal placement sheet, I'm pretty sure this comes with the 1/1000 scale version, this being the 1/650th. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. All the decals are the same and go in the same places. This is definitely one of the bigger decal sheets you'll ever see. This is probably close to 10 by 14 or so. And like the old original kits, it comes with all the names and numbers for all the ships. Over the years, people have had difficulty with these decal sheets. Some of the cuts of the decals are just really strange. Some of them are really big. And the only thing I can recommend is that you go wet. Really, really wet. And have some Solvaset or Microsol if you're into that product. Either way, some kind of decal liquid that will help you get these down and in place. You can even put a drop of dish soap into your decal water when you're dissolving it, and that should help. That's called wet water, so it makes it just a little bit slicker. There's lots of variations. This sheet has piles of extra little windows, numbers, and letters you can use for other model kits eventually. But overall, a really big, thorough decal sheet, and you can really do a lot with this. So as I mentioned, these are all the standard parts from the Enterprise kit. I'm kind of hoping that as time goes by and round 2 sees a little money, they can start replacing a few of these pieces with an extra tree of parts, so that way they don't have to re-engineer any of these the tools at all. So something that could be more detailed here is the reflector dish, these little band things that go around the engine. Well, pretty much all the little bits can be changed up, and just leave it at that. The extra little tree of pieces they put on here is the Tholian Spinner. 3 pieces each ship. You get 2 ships. Let me get a little closer focus. That's really just about as close as I can get, and just for reference, there's the shuttle bay in the background. And for a general size reference, and for those of you who have never really seen this kit before, here's a really brief look at it. It goes together terribly simple. One of the main problems it's always had for the last 40 years is that the seams can be difficult to join. Not on the dish primary hole here, but over here, these two parts, when they go together, and with this third part, the engines up there don't go together quite nicely. There are tricks around doing that, and if you look through my playlist, you'll see that I've built a couple of these, and you can see how I solved the solution then. But I will be building this. This looks like an interesting project as is. The glow-in-the-dark plastic is really thin, so you can actually see through it. It's like that white circle there is an injection hole or a pour spout of some kind on the far side. And over here, this dark line is actually the printing of all the trademark stuff. So just sitting out here as it is, let's see how much glow this has absorbed so far. Let me turn the lights off. So I'll see if I can enhance this in the computer. The LCD screen looks like there may be a couple parts possibly visible. But in person, there's definitely a bit of a green glow going. Let's see what happens when I really put these lamps on it. Now this should give us a really good supercharge here. This has been on for a minute or so. I'll leave it on there a little longer. Very bright in person. Definitely visible on camera. Whether that translates to seeing it on YouTube or not, we'll see. So that was just a minute or two. Let's see how this actually does with 5 or 10 minutes. That is really nice and bright in person. It's kind of funny about this disc here is that the shadow was burned into the actual plastic. It's kind of interesting to see that. But even already it looks like the color is faded on the camera and a little in person, but it's definitely still glowing. So every couple years, Round 2 re-releases the Enterprise in a different box and a different situation, and this is certainly a nice little touch. Adding the Tholian chip there is definitely a nice little nod. The artwork is certainly kind of cool. Thanks to them for definitely bringing some of these old kits back. This hadn't been on the market in some 20 years probably when they brought it back, 89 to 2009. And before that it had been out of production for another 15 years or so. And getting these kits on eBay was definitely getting pricey. So thanks to Round 2 for bringing all these old Trek kits back. And doing a glow-in-the-dark version of this kit is definitely a nice little touch. So that's it. Thanks Round 2. And thanks to everybody for watching. See ya.